Hello friends, you're the Lonesome Gamer, and this is my last video of Fields of Fire. And, well, it's actually really close now. It's now turn number 10, and we still need to secure the church and the gully draw. Well, basically we need to occupy these cards. That means simply that we have to place units there, and we have to clear all the other cards down here. So these 4 rows. So the problem now is, to clear a card means that there is no enemy unit allowed on that card and no potential contact marker. And this is the problem here in the woods. We have an enemy unit here, this fire team. I think the casualty doesn't count as enemy unit in this case, and we have a potential contact marker there. So we'll have to risk something now. I'm afraid we have to assault these woods. We'll run in there and throw some grenades and yeah, really risk something to kill that fire team. And we have to enter this card simply because we have to activate the potential contact marker. So that's basically it. And apart from that, we only have to enter the church and the gully draw, and we need a unit that survives there, and then there is no more problem. So the basic problem is actually these woods here. So before we start, we got to do a friendly higher HQ event, and if this is something bad now, it's over anyway. But there is no friendly higher HQ event, and then we can activate the CO HQ. That's a bad start. Only 2 points. Okay, he's under cover down here, so that means he can use his 2 points, but he hasn't saved anything, so now we have to think. Well, probably 3rd platoon. Guess that's pretty obvious. Okay, I think we're gonna activate the 1st sergeant and the 3rd platoon HQ. So let's start with the 1st sergeant. We are, and we have, well, that's good, 5 points, and he's under cover, and the 1st sergeant is actually line, so he's not green but line, so we can add 1, so the 1st sergeant has 6 points. This is good. We can now order, 1st sergeant is here, and he was not pinned. So we can now order some of these pinned units to make a rally attempt. And yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So first we start with first platoon, and they're gonna make a rally attempt. So that is then the first command point of the sergeant, and the 1st platoon can draw 2 cards because they're pinned, so they are green, and they are successful, which is good. Okay, that's nice. So they managed to remove the pin marker. And they have the rifle grenade, which is pretty cool. Damn it. Okay. And then I'm gonna order 2nd platoon HQ to make a rally attempt. He's also pinned. So this is then my second command point, and we can draw 2 cards again. And again we were lucky here. That's good. Oh, 4 rally cards. Not many left. Okay, so second platoon HQ is no longer pinned, which is important. And let's try first, second platoon. They also shall make a rally attempt. So again, 2 cards. 1, 2. This time we were not successful. This was, by the way, okay, we got 3 points left. And guess I'm gonna exhort. On the other hand, I don't know if this makes sense. I think not. Think not. Okay, so these... Yeah. There's also a third second platoon. Yeah, I'm gonna order third second platoon also to make a rally attempt. So 2 more cards here. No success. And then I'm gonna order first platoon to let me see, we got these guys. Well, there are not many left actually, just there are 2 left, so that should be fine. Okay, I think that's okay. So we're gonna order first platoon to infiltrate the woods. So they try to move in here, and they're gonna draw 2 cards. That's a 1 and a 2, and they were not successful. And this time I'm gonna let them exhort, and they didn't make it. This is not so great. Okay, so they are now exposed, and now this fire team will no longer shoot on that card, because the moment a unit enters the same card, they start shooting onto this unit. So now we got on that same card, we got the all pinned. This is down here on my side of the card. This is the VOF for my unit, and these others are in general the VOFs of the other unit. But the problem is there is also VOF coming in from everywhere outside the card. So for now we both have to suffer small arms VOF and crossfire VOF. So that's not so great, especially because I'm exposed. But okay. So what else can we do? Then we will activate... Well, actually we have 1 command left. At least I think so. And I'm wondering what I can do with that command. I simply don't know. Probably nothing. Okay, I think that's it. Well, what I could do actually, I mean, I could order the assault team. Nah. also to well, I might order the assault team to enter this card here. Why not? And I can order them to infiltrate because there's a volume of fire here on that hill from these guys. So assault team is green, I guess. No, and the assault team is actually line. So they can draw 2 cards. And they were successful. This is the symbol for infiltrating. So that's pretty cool because that means they don't have to take an exposed marker. That's definitely good. Okay, so that was the first sergeant. Let's see. Okay. That's fine, okay. So what else can we do now? Well, we have now 3rd platoon. We're going to activate these guys. And we have, well, that's not bad. We got 4 points here. 3rd platoon is here undercover, so they can use their 4 points. This is good. So okay, let's see what I'm gonna do. Okay, so first we're gonna send 2nd, 3rd platoon into the church over here. So they're exposed. We cannot infiltrate because there's no volume of fire marker on one of these cards. And then Then I'm ordering the bazooka to shoot on this card. I know it's pretty bad for this guy because they will all take grenade fire then. But in the end, the important part is we want to kill this one here. So if he dies, well, okay, so be it. But we definitely have to kill this guy here. That's pretty important. So we're going to order this one here to shoot a grenade. So we got 2 points left then. And we draw 2 cards. 1, 2. And that was no success. And then I'm going to order the mortar, 4th 60mm mortar, also to shoot a grenade. So we got 2 more cards. Yeah, and this time we were successful. And actually there was a miss, of course. I forgot that. There was a miss here for the grenade. And now we have a successful grenade in here. I'm afraid these people will die, that's pretty sure. But he also has a lot of trouble now. And we have to clean this area. There is no way. Yeah, we simply have to do this. And okay, so, and finally I'm gonna send third platoon. Well, I guess also, I'm not absolutely sure. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna send them on this card here. Simply because usually if you're hit, then 2 of your steps might die, but not all 3 of them. So there is a chance that the assault team dies, but if the third platoon is there, they're probably not gonna die. Okay, and yeah, so they are exposed. which is the bad part. Okay, and this is it then for the third platoon, I guess. Yeah, these were all actions of the third platoon. I hope I'm not too confused now, but I think that's fine. Okay, yeah. Good. Then, in addition, what we're going to do is we'll activate now the XO, come to the initiative phase. The XO has already 1 point, so he has now 2 points. And I think he's somewhere here, isn't he? No, he might be undercover. Yeah, here he is. Ah, gosh. Not sure what to do with these guys. Doesn't really matter, does it? I think there's not a lot I can do. Well, what I might do is actually I might try to infiltrate this area over here. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. Or actually the XO is green, so I'm only going to draw 1 card. I didn't manage to do that. So now I'm exposed, which is not exactly great, but okay. And of course I'm going to go undercover, and then I'm going to order first, second platoon to make a rally attempt to remove that pinned marker. So I'm allowed to draw 2 cards here. And yeah, I was successful. So I think that was a good move of the XO. Okay, so that was first, second platoon. Fine. They're still undercover. Okay, here we go. But no longer pinned. Okay, and then we come to the first platoon with the initiative. Yeah, that's bad. That's only a 1. And because it's undercover, or they are undercover, let me see. Yeah, first platoon HQ is undercover and not pinned. So that means he has 1 point, 1 command point, and well, he's simply going to use that command point to order first, second platoon also onto... I don't know if we need this guy actually. No, maybe not. I don't think we need him. Okay, I think we're fine there. There's not a lot we can do. I think we have now these cards basically under control. I gotta wait a second. I got an idea here actually. What I could do though is I could well, that's actually a possibility. We got first platoon. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move with the I'm going to try with the CO with the first platoon HQ to infiltrate the gully draw. Okay, so I'm allowed to draw 1 card and didn't make it, so I'm exposed, which is not good. But my idea is I might be able, or I will, yeah, maybe during the general initiative phase, I might be able to use one of my clusters here, or my parachutes, some of the pyrotechnic that will order all the units that are not undercover here to try to go undercover. So that could be very helpful, actually. And so that was first platoon, and finally it's now second platoon, and we might do the same for second platoon, maybe. Let's see. Well, second platoon has actually 4 command points, which is good. So overall they have now 5 command points, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, let me see what they can do. Okay, there is second platoon HQ. He's no longer pinned. So I will order first, second platoon to use the rifle grenade, that one here, and I'm going to shoot that rifle grenade on that card here. I mean, it's not that terribly important, but on the other hand, I mean, what I also could do, I could shoot that grenade on this card. I mean, that's really nasty for this guy, but the good point is grenades are cumulative. So let me see. I mean, this unit is pinned right now, so that means he's got a +1, a +3, and then we got a -4, -5, -6. That's a -3. I guess that will do it. Yeah. +3, -6. Yeah, that should do it, actually. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you never know, but... Okay, so, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna die anyway, so... Okay, just to be sure, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna shoot another rifle grenade here into the woods. So, let's see, we're gonna draw 2 cards for the attempt. Oops, and we gotta reshuffle here. Okay, so let's draw another card, and we didn't make it, but well, we can try. We can exhort here. So we pay another one, and we didn't make it either. Okay, so the grenade is a miss, and because there's already a miss marker here, there's not going to be another one. But then I'm going to order first, second platoon to concentrate fire. So we're going to draw 2 cards again, and we didn't make it. Okay. And then I'm going to try to infiltrate with my second platoon HQ. Also this card here, the gully draw. Okay, so let's draw 1 card now, and we didn't make it. So I'm also exposed, and then with my last action, I'm not gonna shoot this green star parachute. And that means now that everyone who sees that is gonna try to attempt to find cover. Everyone who's not under cover. So let's see, that's first of all, that's us actually. It's this guy here, third platoon. So they're gonna draw 3 cards. See if they can make it. 1, 2, and yes, they actually made it. They are undercover. And there is only 1 cover marker allowed here, so that's it then for these guys. Well, that's at least something. And let me see, the others are also exposed. Okay, and then it's them, second, third platoon, and they will draw also 3 cards. So that's 1, 2, 3, and they didn't find any cover. These guys are already in cover, so it's now first platoon. 1. How many are they allowed to draw? They're allowed to draw 4. 2, 3, 4. So they were successful, which is good, but I'm afraid it won't help them a lot. Okay, so that's it then. We're done here. And yeah, that's basically the end. We have the general initiative phase. We can draw a card. These are 2 points. But to be honest, I don't really know what to do. Could throw a grenade here with these guys. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these guys here. They're going to try to throw a grenade on these guys here. And you don't need a rifle grenade or so to do that. If you're on the same card, oh, by the way, that reminds me, we are now heavily engaged because a friendly unit and an enemy unit are on the same card. So that means we are heavily engaged. So if you're on the same card with an enemy unit, any good order unit can, with a volume of fire marker, can perform a grenade attack. But the risk is, if the target of the grenade attack is also a good order unit, then they can perform also a grenade attack for free. In this case it's different because they are pinned. It's not a good order unit, so we can simply do that without a risk. So let's see, we can draw 2 cards and we didn't make it, which is sad. But okay. So yeah, I guess that's it then. Well, we still could try to fire. No. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're fine here. Okay, and then it's the enemy higher HQ event. Let's see if there's something happening. Nope. Which is good. No counterattack or something like that. And now we come to the enemy activity check segment. And this is going to be interesting now, because if this guy falls back, then we don't have a problem. I mean, we have the problem that we are in the woods and this unit will die. But, okay, but at least this card is cleaned then. So we have this fire team here, a pinned fire team. So let's see what we got here. We have to check here LAT and pinned activity check hierarchy. So I think they're actually not undercover. Yeah, that's exactly true. Pinned, not undercover on a US occupied card. No leader. So we draw and a 4 or 5 would be fall back. And sadly this is not the case, it's a 5, it's a 1. So that means there is no action. Okay. And then we're gonna draw for this, oh no, we don't draw for the casualty. Okay. Well, actually I forgot to, I should have done this in, I forgot to randomize that. I should have done that in a randomized order, although I don't really understand why. But okay, let's see. We have these guys, and then we have the leader team over here. So we will draw now again, and we then start with these guys here. So we have here a leader team which draws first. It is, they are pinned, yes. So let's see what we got here. They are pinned under cover. Here, pinned under cover. Okay. So it's 4 options. That is number 2. And that means no action. Okay. And then we're going to draw for the fire team on that card. And it's the same one, pinned under cover. And that is a 4. And that means fall back. So they now simply leave the card and the leader team stays there alone. So they are removed from the board. So that means that this all pinned marker here is also removed, that volume of fire marker here, and that the PDF here is also removed. Then we got that leader team over here. Let's see, they are not pinned. So it's a leader team with no casualty in line of sight. Okay, so let's see. I got 3 options. This is number 2, so that's no action here. Okay. Which is a bad idea, because that means that we can take them as a prisoner in the next phase, which is the mutual capture and retreat phase. So here we go. We take that leader team as a prisoner now, because we are on the same card as they are, and there are no other friendly units of them. Okay, and then we come to the combat phase. And we got to evaluate now potential contact markers. So this is going to be interesting. We do this in alphabetical order. And if there are 2 of the same letter, we got to randomize here. So let's see, this is the second one, this is the one on the church. So this is number A, potential contact A, and we are heavily engaged. So that means we got to draw 3 cards here. That's 1, 2, and a 3. So there is no contact here, we simply can remove that marker. That's good. And then we got to resolve the other one, and we will draw another 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And we were damn lucky here. Very good. Also no contact here. That's pretty cool. So we don't have a problem because we're exposed. It's all fine. We're doing good. And then we got to do the potential contact here. And here we got to draw, because that's a B marker, we got to draw only 2 cards. 1 and a 2, and again no contact. Okay, so we managed now to remove this marker here. And now let's see. This is second weapons. So, and now we come to the combat effects segment, and this is now the interesting point. Well, let's start over here. This is not so important. We got a +2 and a +3 because in foxholes, and a +1 again, so it's +4 overall. So yeah, and an automatic weapons, so it's a +3, and we got to reshuffle. Okay, so let's see now. What was that? It was a 3 exactly. Okay, that's a hit. Let's draw another one. And these are 2 casualties. That's nice. So that little team is actually now killed. Okay, fine. Not so important, but nice. And yeah, now we come to the really interesting point. It's now this card here. And we're going to start with my units. So, well, they're in a very bad situation actually. We got a +2 and a +3 because of the cover. We got a -2 because I'm exposed. We got a -4 because of the grenade. The grenade was not specifically shot at them, but it came from outside. It was a rifle grenade. So I think it applies for the whole card. So we got, let me see, we got a -4. We got that miss, that's a -5. And then we got crossfire, that's a -6. I think. The all pin marker will not apply, I guess, because the VOF, the grenade marker is the worst VOF marker we have. So in this case, we have to take the worst marker, and this is not the old pin marker. So let me see. That's a -6, so it's a -3. So we got to be really lucky. Oh, it's actually not. Just a second. No, it's even worse. It's a -2, 3, -7. No, wait a second. 6, 8. That's a -8. So that would be a -5, but that's simply not possible. -4 is the worst we can have. So let's see. I was afraid of that. That's a hit. So let's see how bad it is. We got a litter team and a casualty. This is not good, but it's all for the greater good. So there is one fire team left. Got a litter team, a casualty, and a fire team. And they are now pinned and undercover. Okay, so and then now we come to the interesting point. We got a +2 here, and we got a +1 because they're pinned. So that is a 3. Then that's, yeah, okay, that's a 3. And then we got a -4, -5, -6. So that's a -3. Okay, that's it. So if we don't hit them now, we've lost the game because we didn't manage to clear that card. That's damn close after 10 turns. So let's hope for the best here. But we got a pretty good chance actually. On the other side, if you see here, That's not enough, but we'll see about that. So let's draw a card and hope for the best. And yes, that's a hit. We made it, but we're not done yet, because we need at least a paralyzed or a littered team. If this is a fire team or an assault team, as a result, as a hit effect, then again we've lost. So let's hope for the best here. And yes, that's a littered team. Whew. Oh man, that was close. But that's okay, that's a littered team now. So I'm not absolutely sure actually. Now I'm at the point where I don't really know if I've won or not, but to be honest, I think I did. The problem is now, well, actually there are still units on that card, but well, I can. That's an interesting question, because during the capture phase now, during the next mutual capture phase, I will actually well, take these units as captives. So, damn, I'm not sure. That's stupid now. Okay, let's see. First they are pinned, that's for sure. And just let's finish this turn first. We gotta do the cleanup phase here, so these exposed people are all gone. And then we're gonna check in the rules. Maybe we find something there, but I'm not sure. In a way it seems I might have won that, but who knows. Okay, all these things are gone, and yeah, that's fine here. What about that? Okay, they are no longer exposed here. I think I could have removed that earlier. And we got to remove the green star parachute. And they are no longer pinned. And they are no longer pinned. And these guys are also no longer pinned. And we can remove this exposed marker. Okay. So just to finish this completely. Okay, so that was the end of turn 10. And now we got to check if we managed to win that. And I simply don't know that. Okay, well, as a matter of fact, I think I've lost that. I think I've lost this game. The goal was to clear all these cards. And here in the glossary of the rules, we can find, we go occupied cleared. A terrain card is cleared if there are no enemy units or potential contact markers on that card. Well, I guess, yeah, and this is definitely not the case. There is a little team on that card which still is able to rally and to remove the pinned marker, and maybe later on, I mean, just in theory it is possible before it comes to the next mutual capture phase where we could capture this team. It is possible that it is again a fire team, because imagine during the enemy higher HQ event segment, we would have a rally event, for example, and this guy would be successful and would no longer be pinned then. Then, during the enemy activity check segment, it might do another rally action, and then it could be actually a fire team. So, yeah. As long as we haven't captured these two guys, I'm afraid it was not good enough, which is sad, which is really sad. But okay. Well, actually, it's a fire team, so maybe this is a paralyzed team, I guess. Yeah, because that was a green team, because it was only a fire team, so it was not even a litter team, but a paralyzed team. Still, Still, I'm afraid this is not enough. And that is sad, because after all that fighting, yeah, okay. I guess I've lost that. It's if it would have been a casualty, I would have said, okay, that's it. But it isn't. It's only a paralyzed team. Okay. Well, that's a little disappointing. But I think we did fine. So, and it's, well, I don't know, kind of a formality here. So, in a way, I might have won that. I don't know, really. Okay, well, what can I say about that game? Fields of Fire. It was a long game. 10 videos. It was a tough game. It was exhausting. It's exhausting to play that game. It's terribly complicated. You have to concentrate a lot if you want to do that. And it's always, well, kind of hard work to play that game. When I started and played that the first time, it was a complete disaster. I had to read the rules twice before that first attempt. Still, there was no success at all. So then I read the rules a third time, and yeah, it was clear that I play without vehicles, so I ignored these vehicle rules completely. And then I also ignored, during my first games, I ignored these pyrotechnics, which is a complicated setup and stuff, and I didn't do that. That was just, I don't know. And more or less I ignored these phone things or so, and during my first games I just tried to get a feeling for the chain of command, which is extremely important, and for this whole action point system. Here, these sheets are very, very helpful, and I got to thank the person who did that. Looks like it was Scrub. Well, thank you, Scrub, for doing this. This is really a very helpful sheet, and I find it hard to imagine that it's possible to do all this on these small, on that small table here. You can download that on Board Game Geek, by the way. Yeah, very helpful. And so yeah, these were basically my first games. Just try to get a feeling for the chain of commands, for the most important orders, like moving to another card, infiltrating another card, concentrate fire, throwing grenades, I don't know, some rally orders, that stuff. Seek for cover, of course, it's also very important. And Well, as I said, the first the first 3 or 4 games actually, they were really hard work, not a lot of fun. I had to check the rulebook more than I actually played, and it took me forever to do a mission. And well, I often finished the game actually before I was through with the mission, because I was simply frustrated, and I wanted to do something else. But maybe with my 5th game or so, I was at the point where I had the feeling that it was kind of smooth, and I didn't have to check more than once, maybe twice per turn, which was that's kind of a success actually. So you just have to look up, and you know the rules after a while, so you know where things are written, so you just have to take a quick look and then it's fine. This is also a problem if you don't know the rules at the beginning. It takes a long time until you find everything, because, well, it's a big rule book. It's not bad organized, but I don't know. I mean, you have to. It's a very dense, and there's a lot of information. I mean, even though it is very big, it's full of information. Every page is filled with information. So yeah, you gotta be. It takes a while until you know how to work with that book. And if you ask me now, was it worth the effort? Well, to be honest, I don't really know. I mean, I'm happy now that I can play that game, and I actually force myself to bring this game on the table every 2 months or so that I don't have to start all over again, because I don't know if I would do this a second time. But to be honest, it's not exactly one of my favorite games. But okay, I'm not a war gamer. I mean, that's for sure. I love games like Arkham Horror. I love games like Mage Knight, or I don't know, Zombicide, stuff like that. And this is a good game, and I enjoy playing it. But it's not exactly my genre, so it is not my favorite game. And considering all the effort I have put into this game, I'm not sure if it's worth it. It might be for people that that enjoy war games. I think it is amazingly. It has a real great narrative element, and it feels in a way really realistic. There's so much going on here, and there are so many things to take care of. I mean, the communications, these phone lines that can even be destroyed, or you could use a radio, but only under special circumstances. And then these different kinds of cover. You can find rural cover, just a tree or something, or you can find cover in a building that can be a strong building. There is even a possibility to go in the upper store if you find a multi-store building, for example. And then you have all the, I don't know, you got things like friendly fire, you got the rules for vehicles with tanks and jeeps and helicopters, you got grenades, you got incoming fire, you got airstrikes. I mean, this is simply ridiculous. You can do so many things in this game. Many of them were not part of this mission, but well, there are other missions where you have all these things, and as I already said at the beginning, you got three kind of wars. You got Korea, you got here World War II, Korea and Vietnam, and they all come with their own terrain decks. So I think, for example, in Korea, you have much higher line of sight usually, and you have more hills. So yeah, I think it's a different kind of play there. What I find interesting is the artwork here on the cards. Well, basically the pictures of the terrains. I think that's kind of cool because that's more or less what it looks like if you're a soldier and walking through these. You're walking through these areas. So that's in a way that feels more realistic than the usual, well, from above kind of satellite perspective or something like that. I think that's a pretty good idea they had here. And what fascinates me really on that about this game is, I told you what you can do with this. I mean, as I said, there's tons of things, and you got such a high narrative element here. And in the end, it's all done with 2 decks of cards, and I find that amazing. I mean, it is absolutely fabulous how they organize these cards in a pretty simple way, and you can check basically all your actions. You can check the combat, you can check your action points, random numbers. You can do all these things just on that one card, and I find that just absolutely amazing. Same thing here with the terrain cards. It's so great how they did that. All the information here too, with the cover and yeah, the visibility of the terrain marker and the line of sight here, different directions, 8 different directions on one card, and still enough room for a cool artwork. And here the special information, how tanks or vehicles can drive on that card, and all that stuff. So that is, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And you can even build hills, or that's just so great with these simple, with just a few simple cards. That's just, yeah, absolutely cool. So overall, it's a really good game. I like it a lot, but it's damn hard work to get into it. That's for sure. So yeah, you really should think about if this is what you want to do. They will do a reprint of that, of this volume of Fields of Fire, and they will also come up with a Fields of Fire Volume 2, which adds actually well, things like invasions from the sea. So you have these beach cards, and you come from a small boat or something like landing boats and so on, and you can play invasions then. So that's also an interesting new option, I guess. And what is extremely interesting is that they will come up with more streamlined rules. I don't know what we can expect there, but maybe it's going to be a little easier. Yeah. Okay, so I hope this was helpful and fun, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Until then, bye.